Good morning, students. Do you know there are 118 chemical elements? Out of these 118 elements, 96 are metals and 22 are non-metals. We use both metals and non-metals in our daily life. Can you give a few examples of metals? Iron, copper, gold. For non-metals, we can consider carbon, oxygen, sulfur. Elements are classified as metals and non-metals basing on their physical and chemical properties. In this module, we are going to discuss the physical properties of metals and non-metals. Metals in their pure state have a shining surface and can be polished. This property of a metal is called metallic luster. The metals lose their shine or brightness on keeping in air for a long time. They acquire a dull appearance due to the formation of a thin layer of surface compounds by the action of various gases present in the air. If we rub the outer dull surface of the metal with a sandpaper, it acquires its appearance again. Copper, silver, iron, gold, which are shown in the image, they are all metals and have metallic luster. They have a shining appearance. Non-metals are not lustrous. They are dull. However, there is an exception. Iodine is a non-metal having metallic luster. We all know that metals are solids. But mercury is an exception. It is a liquid at room temperature. When it comes to the non-metals, there are 22 non-metals in all. Out of these 22, 10 are solids, 1 is a liquid and 11 are gases. Bromine is the liquid non-metal at room temperature. Are metals hard or soft? Metals are generally hard. The hardness of a metal varies from metal to metal. It is not same for all the metals. But sodium and potassium are the two metals which are soft. We should handle these metals with care. Always, the metal piece must be held with a pair of tongs and not directly. Also, we must dry the metal piece by pressing it between the folds of a filter paper. Then, it should be placed on a watch glass and cut with a knife. We can observe that these two metals, sodium and potassium, can be easily cut into pieces. They are soft metals. Now, non-metals are soft. Carbon is a non-metal. It exists in different forms with varying physical properties. The different forms are called allotropes and are due to the difference in the arrangement of carbon atoms. Carbon has two important allotropes. One is diamond and the other is graphite. Diamond is the hardest natural substance known. It is an allotropic form of carbon, which is a non-metal, and diamond is the hardest natural substance known and has a very high melting point and boiling point. Metals are generally solids, as we have seen, and have high melting and boiling points. Sodium and potassium metals have low melting points, but gallium and cesium metals have very low melting points even when compared with sodium and potassium. When we take these metals on our palm, they start melting by the heat of our body. As discussed earlier, non-metals have low melting points except diamond. Now, the next property is malleability. What is malleability? The ability of a metal to be hammered into thin sheets is called malleability. Gold and silver are the most malleable metals. Aluminium, copper, and iron are also highly malleable. We use aluminium foils for packing food items. Aluminium and copper sheets are also used for making utensils. Iron, which is also malleable, is used to make several useful articles. The metals are malleable in general, but the extent of malleability varies from one metal to another. The ability of a metal to be drawn into thin wires is called ductility. Gold is the most ductile metal. It is interesting to know that a wire of about 2 kilometer length can be drawn from 1 gram of gold. A wire of length 2 kilometer can be drawn from 1 gram of gold. All metals are not equally ductile. They vary from each other. Copper and aluminium wires are used for transmission of electricity. Iron wires are used for making wire gauges used in laboratory. Can you tell where we use tungsten metal? The thin filament of the electric bulb is made of tungsten. Now, when it comes to non-metals, they are neither malleable nor ductile. They are brittle. They break easily. They are not malleable nor ductile. They break up easily either when hammered or tried to be drawn into wires. Remember, the brittleness is considered only for solid nonmetals. Now, we are going to study a simple activity to know whether metals are good conductors of heat or not. An aluminium or copper wire is taken and is clamped to a stand horizontally as shown in the figure. A pin is fixed at the free end of this wire using wax. The wire has to be heated using a burner near the place where it is clamped. You are keeping the burner at the place where the wire is clamped. What do you observe after some time? The pin fixed at the other end falls down because the heat passes through the metal wire and melts the wax. Does the metal wire melt? It doesn't melt, as metals have high melting points and are good conductors of heat. The best conductors are silver and copper, and relatively poor conductors are lead and mercury. What about nonmetals? non-metals do not conduct heat. This simple circuit shown is used to check whether metals are good conductors of electricity or not. The sample to be tested is placed between the clips A and B. The bulb glows for all the metal samples, showing that they are good conductors of electricity. You might have noticed that the current carrying wires have a coating of PVC, polyvinyl chloride. The electrical wires are having a covering of PVC. Can you guess why? PVC is an insulator and it protects the user from getting a shock. Now, on the other hand, non-metals are bad conductors of electricity, except graphite. Graphite is an allotropic form of carbon. The pencil lead is made of carbon. It is made of graphite, the allotropic form of carbon. You can see in the figure a pencil sharpened at both ends is placed between the metal clips. The bulb in the circuit glows, showing that graphite, a non-metal, is a good conductor of electricity. So, graphite, a non-metal, is an exception for conduction of electricity. The last physical property to be discussed is sonority. Metals produce a sound on striking a hard surface and are said to be sonorous. Can you now say why bells are made of metals? It is due to the property of sonority. Non-metals do not produce any sound when they are hit with an object. So, we have discussed in detail all the physical properties of metals and non-metals along with the exceptions. In the next module, we will be learning about the chemical properties of metals and non-metals.